Hi there, I'm Sharon, a 55-year-old mum of two who is currently navigating the wonderful journey of perimenopause. I wanted to do this short video for you because I've recently discovered something totally natural that has helped me to deal with my symptoms. And so for me, it seemed like the right thing to do to share what I found. So for a number of years now, I've been interested in health and wellness, and I've always shared anything that I found helpful on my journey. For those who already know me, you'll know that for the past 6 years or so, I've enjoyed taking cold water plunges or cold showers or cold swims. Why? Because I heard that it activated the vagus nerve and that it had incredible health benefits in the human body. So since then, I've been really interested in the vagus nerve for some time now. And let me tell you a little bit about what I've learned. The vagus nerve is the 10th cranial nerve in the body and actually the longest. It creates effectively like a two-way information superhighway between the gut and the brain. You may also have heard it called the gut-brain axis. So there's a constant communication going on between the two, the gut and the brain. So then I started looking into it even more. I learned that it's possible to reset the vagus nerve. Why would you want to do that? Well, because it's involved in and responsible for so many different systems in the body. So it's actually got to do with things like digestion, your mood, immunity, your hormones, your heart health, amongst many others. And a lot of problems that people are experiencing seem to be related to a dysregulated vagus nerve. Now, some of the techniques you can use, you may have heard of, include things like swimming, humming, and doing the cold water plunges, for example, which are great. And all of those can reset the vagus nerve. But the problem is that the effect doesn't last for very long. It doesn't last long enough for the body to get into, sort of profound healing, you could call it, I guess. So when I came across these natural holistic drops that I've been talking about that activate the vagus nerve for up to 9.5 hours at a time, you can imagine I was really seriously interested in that information. So I'm always looking for natural ways to support the body. And so I'm so grateful that these drops were actually shared with me. What is it? Okay, well, it's a natural, odorless, colourless, tasteless liquid that's actually extracted from the mature hops flower. Now, this isn't just hops in a bottle. That's way more specific than that. It's a very specific portion of the plant, what's known as the bitter acids, in fact. And they are more potent and more bioavailable than just standard hops. Now, standard hops have been around for centuries. They are recognised for their supportive properties and health benefits, yes. So they are used generally by herbalists. But this is totally different. Mature hops extract with the 3 bitter acids in has never existed before in this form. Now, the story starts back in 1953 when Japanese researchers discovered these bitter acids and their potential health benefits. So much so that they wanted to extract them. They found a way to extract them, but it cost $1 million per gallon to do it. And no one was going to be able to bring that to market at that price and bring it to the masses. So it just simply wasn't affordable, to do so. And so unfortunately back then it was shelved. But scientists still continued with numerous double-blind clinical studies in the laboratory, and they were really excited about what they discovered. There were no clinical side effects, only positive benefits. Eventually, over the years, scientists found a way to affordably extract the bitter acids, and so the PHix drops were born and brought to market in the summer of 2024. So how do they work? Well, you take a 1.2 milliliter serving in any liquid of your choice. Of course, water's best. And then this travels through to the stomach to reach the T2R receptors in the small intestines. Now, these are bitter receptors in the body that detect, yes, bitter things like poison. So it actually signals to the brain that we may have been poisoned, but of course we haven't. So that then triggers a chain of physiological responses that activate the vagus nerve, and this in turn shifts the body into parasympathetic mode of rest and digest, rather than the fight or flight mode, which is what we're all used to, that we seem to live in a constant state of, which is stress. So it's here that our body can relax, it can get into balance and reach a state of what's known as homeostasis and begin its profound healing. So the PHix drops activate the brown adipose tissue, which is the good fat, and this creates a thermogenic response which burns fat. Now this is more about just weight loss. This is about visceral fat loss. Visceral fat is the toxic, dangerous fat that wraps itself around our organs, and it creates all sorts of problems with inflammation, which of course, as we all know, leads to all sorts of issues and potential diseases. The effects last up to 9.5 hours, much longer than any of the other techniques that I described earlier to activate the vagus nerve. There are so many other benefits as well. Just look up the health benefits of activating the vagus nerve and you will see for yourself. Like I said, it affects things like our digestion, how well we sleep, our energy levels, our focus and our clarity, our heart function, and so much more. This can be seen when you look at and read all of the testimonials coming in each day from just using the drops. Of course, everyone is different. Every body is different. But what I love is that the body decides what to heal first. It just depends on, what's going on in your body. So that's just what happens. And it may be something we're not even aware of. So, speaking personally, within a week of taking PHix, I was experiencing much better sleep, really deep sleep. I was waking up feeling so much more refreshed than I have done in years. There was no more waking up in the night with those hot sweats. I've lost inches from around my middle and fat, so less bloat in general. The anxiousness that I used to feel occasionally has absolutely gone. My heart no longer speeds up for no reason. I don't know if you've ever had that before, where it beats really fast. And I have more clarity and a calmness that I cannot really explain. It's had such a huge positive impact on my life that I simply have to share. So these drops are absolutely for anybody of all ages, even our pets. It's simply a natural extract. There's no clinical side effects, as I've previously mentioned. It's so easy to take, and for me personally, it's just got better the longer I've been taking it. So I recommend that you actually give it 90 days or 3 months. All of the studies that have been done are over a 90-day and 120-day period and beyond. So actually giving it a good length of time to really feel the benefits is such a good idea. So if you've received this video because a friend of yours has sent it to you, please get back with them and they can help you to get started on the PHix drops. If you're watching this because I've personally sent it to you myself, then I cannot wait to get you started so that you too can give your body the chance to rest, repair, heal, and of course truly thrive. PHix is simply the tool to enable you to do exactly that, and I'm so excited for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you on your journey to your very best of health.